Is your kid in danger? I'm going to give you 5 warning signs, 5 red flags that could reveal if your kid is in danger of becoming what I call a snail kid. And a snail kid is a term that I have created that describes children that, due to excessive screen time, start to slow down mentally and physically. That's a snail kid. Hello, I'm Dr. Manfred Lutz. And if you're here, it means that you are concerned about your kid's health related to the screen use. On the last video, and be sure to check that out, I talk about how screens may be a poison to your kids because of the way it affects your child's brain and body. So be sure to check that out to see how screens affect your kids. And today I'm going to give you the 5 warning signs that you need to know as a parent, the 5 red flags, because awareness is just the first step. So I'm going to dive into these 5 warning signs so you can check out and see if your kid is becoming a snail kid. Because these aren't just minor changes. I mean, they're red flags that you as a parent and every parent needs to recognize. So my promise is that at the end of the video, you're going to have the knowledge you need to protect your child's development and ensure that they're growing up healthy, active, and socially engaged. And these 5 warning signs are crucial indicators that you can't afford to ignore. So together, you and I are going to explore how to recognize these signs and what steps you can take to ensure that your child stays healthy, active, and engaged with the world around them. And I want to make this as easy as possible for you to remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each of the warning sign a character that represents that sign. So it's going to be easy for you to remember. So let's check out the first one. And the first character that we're going to see is one of my favorites, is Garfield. And to be honest, let me tell you, I love Garfield. And I used to watch it when I was a kid, and I still do. I love Garfield. So as you know, Garfield is pretty lazy, right? It's pretty lazy, and he loves nothing more than eating lasagna and napping. Basically, he avoids any kind of physical activity, and he just prefers to relax all day. Actually, it doesn't sound bad, right? But that's not how life works, right? So the first sign is reduce of the physical activity that your kids may have. So if you notice that your kid is becoming a little bit like Garfield, that he prefers to relax with the screen instead of engaging in physical activity, that's a red flag. If your kid chooses screen time over playing outside, riding a bike, playing any kind of sports, or even just running around, this is going to be a red flag because his physical activity is decreasing. And in the long term, he may have, when he's an adult, health issues because of this lack of energy or lack of physical activities. So it could be pretty serious because this can lead to diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular problems, so meaning heart problems. So it's very important that since childhood, your kid maintain a healthy physical activity. So that's warning sign number 1. Don't be like Garfield. Let's move on to sign number 2, and we are going with Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson, that I'm pretty sure that you know who Bart Simpson is. And you know, he has a lack of interest in academics, right? He's often getting in trouble. He struggles to focus on his schoolwork, and he underperforms in school. So, warning sign number 2 is a decline in your kid's academic performance. So, if you see this, if you see that his academic performance, just as Bart Simpson, is declining and he's struggling in school, that's a red flag. If your child is more interested in screen time than studying or doing homework, could be also a red flag, and obviously his performance at school is going to decline. Be sure to know exactly what's going on at school and what's going on at home if he's having trouble with completing his homework or studying for his exams. Before I move on to sign number 3, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any information related to Snail Kid's screen addiction and also time management tips for you as a parent.
Like and subscribe.
Let's move on to number 3, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite character, and it's Donald Duck, and I actually have it right here. So as you can see, yeah, it's one of my favorite. And as you know, he has a short temper, right? A short temper, and he's quick to anger and often has difficulty controlling his emotions, especially when things don't go his way. So sign number 3 is related to Donald Duck, and it's mood swings. So in this case, if you see that your kid is becoming more irritable, more moody, such as or like Donald Duck, if he exhibits sudden mood swings, getting angry or frustrated, especially when he's disconnected from screens, that's a red flag that you have to pay attention, because it means that screens are affecting his emotional well-being. So be sure to take that into account. So that's sign 3, mood swings. Let's move on to also one of my favorites. For number 4, we have Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. And I love Eeyore, my wife loves Eeyore, and I know that many people love Eeyore. So as you know, he is kind of melancholic, and you may see that he is usually alone, detached from the group, dwelling on his own gloom, and he's kind of solitary. He has like a solitary nature, and usually he's kind of reluctant to engage in social activities. So that's sign number 4, less interest in social interactions. So if you see that your child is starting to behave, like Eeyore, becoming less interest in social interactions, if he prefers time with screens rather than playing with friends or family, that's a sign, that's a red flag that you have to pay attention, okay? Because it means that screen is impacting his social development. Take for example a family reunion. What happens? Do you see your kid just on a corner playing with his for example a video, or just attached to a phone instead of talking to his family, to your family? That's a sign that you have to pay attention, because he needs these family and social connections to develop as a healthy adult. So it's very important to have this kind of social interactions. So that's sign number 4. And finally, let's check out number 5. And it's going to be Sleepy from Snow White. And you may remember that he's always doing what? Yawning, low energy, always trying to go to sleep, right? He's always tired and ready to fall asleep at any moment. So that's number 5. That's sign number 5. It's trouble either falling asleep or staying asleep. You have to check out how your kid is sleeping. If he's having trouble falling asleep and it could be because he's using screens late at night. And actually, using screens before he goes to sleep is going to disrupt his sleep patterns, and it's going to leave him tired and less alert during the day. And actually, that's going to affect his mood and his health, also his school performance, and obviously his energy throughout the day. It's very important to have a good night's sleep, not only for your kids but also for you. So be sure to know if your kid is sleeping well, because sleeping is one of the most important things to keep your kids healthy, and as I told you, you too. So those are the 5 warning signs that I wanted to show you. So please check if your kids have more or one of these, so you can see if he's in danger in becoming a snail kid. Knowing this, how can you manage screen time and avoid these issues? So I have for you a free PDF, so be sure to take this PDF and check it out. Let me know if you have any questions or any other area that you want to talk about Snail Kids. But be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos related to screen time, and also related to time management for you as a parent. For example, if you're having
Like and
trouble
subscribe.
sleeping or working, getting things done, be sure to subscribe so you can get all the tips I have for you related to how you can manage your time better and complete all your duties at work and at home.